The Atari Creep YouTube channel is intended for a mature audience. Regardless of the subject matter, this video may contain strong language, simulated violence, and lots of psychological nudity. Viewer discretion is advised. What's up? Creepers and Geekers, Chris, the Atari Creep. How's everyone doing today, guys? I had a lot of fun this weekend with you. For those of you who may not have been able to join, over Saturday and I think Sunday, 2 nights in a row, I went live late. It was probably like 1 o'clock my time in the morning. Not playing games. We're not quite there yet. My thumb is getting better, though. So we're going to get back to games here pretty soon. But the customization of one of these NECA Toony Terra action figures, Jason Voorhees more specifically. And that's literally all we did was I painted the figure while we were all chatting. And I have to say it was such a fantastic time. We're going to do stuff more like that here in the future. On top of course, playing games. But it's not as fun. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy the playing games and then looking at the chat now and then. But this way, I was so concentrated on both. I was able to keep up with the chat for the most part. And I don't know. I had a great time. It seemed like other people did. They showed up for both days. But I never did do a proper reveal. But before we get to the reveal itself, I wanted to show this to you guys. I thought this was pretty interesting. I got this as a greeting card from a local artist from when I was in Arizona anyway. I think they were called Dirty Teacup. Yeah, there you go. There's their information right there, if it'll focus. Give it a second. There you go. They're on Facebook and I believe Instagram? Maybe Twitter. But what she did was she feminized some of pop culture's whatever. And I'm okay with that. You know, some people may have a problem with it. But what we have here is Jane Voorhees instead of Jason. You know, get it? She even has a little NES down here with the "You and your friends are dead, game over." No, there's nothing inside. There's nothing inside. It's blank. But it's a greeting card. She had a whole ton of these. I think it was one of those buy two, get one free. And my girlfriend at the time bought one. I got this one, and she ended up with a third one. But long story short, since this is very relevant to what we're going to talk about, and when the hell am I ever going to talk about this thing? I just wanted to show this off. I thought that was pretty cool, and I've held on to it all these years. So the reason I even took on this project was because we were teased by NECA that they were going to do the NES versions of both Jason and Freddy, as a matter of fact. I'm more of a Jason guy than I am a Freddy guy, but maybe we'll tackle the Freddy one as well. But they had to put a hold on that one because anything Friday the 13th or Jason Voorhees related basically stopped because of a lawsuit between the writer of the original Friday the 13th, a gentleman named Victor Miller, and Sean S. Cunningham, the director and producer. And the guy who's held on to the rights of Friday the 13th for the longest time, since the beginning. And because of that, anything pretty much Friday the 13th or Jason Voorhees is halted for the most part. So a lot of people, of course, were bummed out about that. And I'm not the first guy to transform one of these into an NES-style Jason Voorhees figure. But I figured I would give it my go, so I picked up one on clearance, believe it or not, for $5. But you can still find these at Target and Walmart, depending on your location, I suppose. I picked it up, I put it aside for a little while, and then finally decided to get to it. And I was so glad I decided to do it on a live stream. But we'll show you the figure, and then I'll tell you the process. If you want to watch those live streams, they're both about an hour and a half or so long. I'll give you the process, though, so you know what went into making this, if you don't feel like watching all of that. Okay, and here he is, still in his vacuum-formed plastic. So I'll lift the lid off of that so you can get a better look at him. And here he is still in the packaging. Now, I did keep this right here. This isn't the whole card back. This is just the display background for the figure itself. There he is. Now, and there he is with his little display backing card. And I think it came out pretty cool. It's not my cup of tea, to be perfectly honest with you. But I just had to have this. I don't know why. I'm not even a big fan of the game, believe it or not. I prefer the Freddy NES game if I were to pick between the two. But it's such a great figure, and I saw that they were originally going to do it in these colors, and they chose not to because of the lawsuit or what have you. So I said, you know what, I'm going to make sure that happens. Since I have the, and I put this up in quotation, skills to take care of something like this. Let's have a closer look at them. Obviously, there's not really much going as far as colors are concerned. Now, the process was pretty simple. You have to prime something like this, but I don't like to use actual primer because it's too thick. It's too thick and may cover details, such as, like, say, the little holes in the mask. So what I like to do with plastics like this that I know I'm going to brush on acrylics, I'll hit it with a matte clear first, the Rust-Oleum 2x coverage, whatever it's called. I've had very good luck with that. Just a mist coat, just to give it something for the paint to grab onto. And then I just chose a couple of colors, the turquoise. I had to make the purple. I didn't have the correct purple for the job. And of course, because of issues going on right now, it was hard for me to get to a store, obviously, to pick up some. So I had to mix up my own for the second night. The first night we basically just did the hands, the feet, and the mask. I took the hands and the head off of the figure. I wish I could have gotten the feet off, but those are pretty locked on. They are separate, but they're too locked in there, and I wasn't going to mess with that. Now the machete, you may be wondering, why white, black, and red? I'm going to put them aside here and put an image up next to them. That image right there is what I was working off of. That's how I saw it, so I figured I'd paint the machete the same way. I can't recall if other people have painted the machete. I can't remember either way. But I saw that and I said, you know what, I'm going to go full tilt, and I think it works. I think it gives it that classic, I don't want to say cartoony, but video game cartoony, exaggerated look. And one last look with him standing next to his unpainted brethren, his brother in arms, so to speak. Don't mind the thread on the girls. I don't know why the girls did that. They just tied a little ribbon on his machete, maybe to give me a political statement of some sort. I don't know. Anti-violence, what have you. Either way, it's sentimental to me now, and I refuse to take it off. So guys, let me know down in the comments what you think. How do you think he turned out? Is he rad? Did I waste my time? I don't know. Tell me down in the comments below. I had a great time doing it regardless. And I think I had more fun with the live stream than I did the actual paint. It was nice to be able to actually pay attention to the conversation in the chats and interact with you guys. It's so hard to do that playing video games. And I know I don't need to say that, but my Lord, is it hard. And I feel so bad. I mean, you folks take the time to come out, especially when I'm doing it at like 1 in the morning. They come out and hang out with me while I'm playing games and we're trying to interact, and I miss so many questions and all that stuff. So I really do appreciate you guys coming by. And we'll be doing more things live here in the future. Again, the hand is getting better, so we're going to get back to playing games. Hopefully there'll be some more news with the Amico and the VCS, because that stuff is fun too. But until then, guys, I hope you're doing well. Go ahead and leave feedback. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All feedback to the Creep is positive. Guys, until next time, hope you're doing well. Thank you always so much for watching. Take care. Creep it real. And bye-bye.